Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I wanted to talk about um, the intertextuality of the Shakespeare works. This is going to be a brief video, but what Bacon and Raleigh were able to do, besides write unbelievable uh, language in their plays, they provided intertextuality. And intertextuality essentially means that one work is speaking with another work. They are interconnected. They're echoing one another. They're providing answers, so to speak, between the works. I think this is probably true of all of the works. Um, but tonight I'm just going to talk about Hamlet and King Lear and King Lear and Falstaff. So in Hamlet, I'm going to just give a couple of examples of intertextuality. When two texts speak to one another, it seems as if Bacon and Raleigh purposefully gave answers, so to speak, about other characters in other works, in the works not in the works that the character is not in. So, for example, in Hamlet, in Act 4, Scene 2. This is after Hamlet has killed Polonius. Hamlet says, "The body is with the king, but the king is not with the body. The king is a thing." And then Guildenstern replies, "A thing, my lord? Of nothing." So Hamlet says he is a king of nothing. So this speaks to King Lear. There's multiple meanings. It can mean kind of the lack of substance of titles or of certain people in power. It can also mean kind of the spiritual interpretation of desiring nothing, becoming nothing, in a worldly sense. So again, so that's in Act 4, Scene 2. Hamlet says, "The king is a thing." Guildenstern says, "A thing, my lord, of nothing." Okay. Then he goes on to say, "Bring me to him." Hamlet says, "Bring me to Claudius." But a king of nothing. So here we have intertextuality, works speaking to one another. So just another kind of flower of their genius that they've put in their place. The other one in King Lear is Act 3, Scene 1. This is where the king, or King Lear, the fool, and Kent are out in the storm. And King Lear and the fool have left Kent, and Kent is speaking with a gentleman. And the gentleman asks Kent, "Well, who is the king with in this storm?" No, excuse me. Kent asks the gentleman. "Well, who is the king with?" So excuse me. So Kent is not with the king and the fool, not yet. And the gentleman is asking, or excuse me, Kent is asking, "But who is with him? Who's with the king?" And the gentleman replies, "None but the fool, who labors to outjust his heart-struck injuries." So again, the gentleman replies, King asks, "Who is with the king? Who is with him?" "None but the fool, who labors to outjust his heart-struck injuries." So, of course, this does apply to Falstaff. So Falstaff is the one who is seeking to outjust his own heart-struck injuries. You can also read it as he's trying to outjust perhaps the injury of Henry of Hal, who will then be Henry V. But the meaning to focus on is none but the fool who labors to outjest his heart-struck injuries. So Falstaff's humor, his wit, comes out of sorrow, comes out of heart-struck injuries. Okay? I think not only that he will be banished by Henry V, but just also the psychological makeup of Falstaff. Okay? That his wit, his humor, his comedy comes out of a place of sorrow, comes out of a place of heart-struck injuries. So I just wanted to talk about that briefly. The intertextuality of the plays, and there are many such instances between the plays. So again, just another flower in the bouquet of the genius of Bacon and Raleigh. Let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe if you like the content, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you. Bye.